Imagine sitting behind a giant spotlight at a Broadway show. It's the spotlight operator's job to hit the actors with their perfect lighting right on their cues. Without a spotlight operator, actors wouldn't be able to be seen during their performance, and weird shadows would be cast all around the stage. A spotlight operator's job can be compared to creating a service initiative. It's the spotlight operator's job to find the perfect lighting for the actors, while it's your job to find a need in your community. Whether it's actors or the elderly in a nursing home, everybody needs their time in the spotlight. What is a community? For me, it's my school district, town, and neighborhood. For you, it could be the animal shelter that you work at or the church that you are a part of. The reason I ask this question is because in order to create a service initiative, you have to first understand the communities that you are a part of. To figure this out, I'll have you guys create some spotlight diagrams. Now this diagram can have as much detail or lack as much detail as you please. All it requires is one main central community that you are a part of in the main center stage spotlight. And then some supporting spotlights around that include some smaller communities that you are a part of. This can be compared to the main character in a play and the supporting characters that support him. This is a spotlight diagram that I created to show you guys my communities that I am a part of. I'm going to ask you guys to please pause the video here and go and make your spotlight diagrams now. Now that you have defined your communities by creating a spotlight diagram, it is time to find a need in those communities. For the spotlight operator, the community is the play company, and the need is to give every actor the perfect lighting right on their cues. For you, your need could be food insecurity in a local city, or something more simple like the lack of social experiences that people are experiencing right now during the pandemic. You could create service initiatives to help solve any of those issues. If you are having trouble finding a need in your community, I would suggest that you keep it simple. Even if you might not think that your service initiative will have a large impact, it will in the long run. By choosing to help someone, you have thrown a rock into a pond. Now that rock is going to create a contagious ripple. By choosing to help somebody, you have instilled this quality of giving into your community. And by instilling that quality into the people around you, it will guarantee to continue throughout your community. See how even if you don't think that your service initiative will create a large impact, it still can. And that is why I suggest that even if you think that your service initiative will not have the biggest impact in your community, I urge you to still do it because I promise you that it will.
Before shooting a movie, directors have a well-defined plan of scenes that will be shot in the day. This well-defined plan includes actors, people in charge of certain tasks on set, resources for the actors, set, and crew members. Having a plan makes it easier to manage the production of the movie by tracking the progress and effectively planning things out. When developing our service initiatives, we want a plan or checklist just like that of directors. This will help things run smoothly when taking actions on our service initiatives, just like how directors want things to run smoothly between scenes. Before getting into details of our action plan, we must understand why we are writing one. The first benefit to writing an action plan is it provides a clear direction of what steps need to be taken and when they should be completed. The second benefit is it keeps you motivated and committed to the project. The third benefit is you can track your progress and evaluate what you must prioritize based on the effort and impact of each task. Understanding why you write action plans will help us write a well-defined plan. Now that we understand why we are writing our action plan, it is time to get into the details. Writing a plan always seems easier than it is. There are several important steps that if missed can set you up for failure. Think about it. If you were directing a movie and you missed an important scene because you didn't plan for it, then the movie would not flow and it would be a bust. So when writing our action plan, we want to make sure to be careful and include each step. So as we explore how to write our plan, after each step, we can pause the video and take time to brainstorm and complete each step. In the video description, we can find a link that leads to 3 different action plan templates that you are welcome to use. Now, we can take some time to pause the videos and check those out if we want to. Now that we've had some time to check out those templates, it is time to get into our steps of writing our action plan. The first step is to define your end goal. Defining your goal is the most important step to creating an action plan for your service initiative. A plan without a defined goal is like a movie that slowly builds up to the end and then suddenly cuts out without really explaining what happened. That is because there is no clear focus or end goal for the plot to build up to. That is why being clear about what you want to achieve helps you build a strong foundation for the tasks you need to complete while also finishing through with a strong impact. The point to defining your goal is to help see the logistics of your service initiative. Some questions you might want to ask yourself while defining your goal include, do I have the resources to do this? Is this the best way to spread my message? Is this project manageable? And how long do I want this project to last? These are just some questions that are helpful to creating a good, achievable goal. At this time, I want you to envision your service initiative and how you want to impact your community. Take some time and pause the video and complete this step. With a solid end goal, it is time to get into our second step, which is to list the steps to be followed. Now that we have defined our goal, we can start defining our steps. The end goal provides us a great point to work off of. A great strategy creating a list of steps is to work backwards from your end goal, like taking a big task and breaking it down into smaller ones. This helps you to keep your steps on point and goal-oriented while preventing you from creating unnecessary steps. At this time, you can pause the video and create a list of your steps. Now that we have a list of steps to be followed, it is time to get into our third step, which is to identify the resources needed. Before you start your project, it is crucial that you have all the necessary resources to complete those steps. Resources that might be needed are tools, people, vehicles, and a budget. These resources are crucial to create your project. Imagine watching Jurassic Park or Star Wars and there being no dinosaurs or no lightsabers, there would be no point. All resources, no matter how important, must be accounted for. It will add up to your service initiative more than you think. Take some time and pause the video and thoroughly think about the resources you need to complete those steps. Some things may be more important than you think. Now that we have created a list of resources that we need to complete the steps that we've written down, it is time to get into our last step, which is step 4, to monitor your plan. This step is important because what's the point of a plan if you're not even going to pay attention to it? What I mean by monitoring your plan is watching out for details you may need to add or take out. If you have ever been a part of a project, you know that things do not always go as planned, and things may need to be changed around. Being flexible and monitoring your plan will help you keep on the right track when things start to go off track. This is important for your project to be successful. Now that we have defined our end goal, listed the steps, identified our resources, and know to monitor our plan while completing our service initiative, it is time to take action. We will have a follow-up workshop with more details to come out, written by Caleb Bright on action and advocacy. Thank you for attending our workshop.